It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
What the hell?
In today's news, I'm boycotting
Diapers.
Natalie Portman's diaperless astronaut diaper movie.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
By Heather Schwedel. I don't know. What's up, man?
I don't know, man.
So you introduced me to this damn movie title now. Now I'm.
I don't know what this movie is. I open up Twitter and I know that's a bad thing to do, and I paid for it immediately.
So
Because what is it? The Toronto Film Festival's going on right now.
I believe so.
The fucking
Either it's just
2019?
ended.
So the first headline I see under the entertainment column is first it's a picture of, I guess, Natalie Portman in a blonde wig, and it says Natalie Portman won't be wearing any diapers in Lucy in the Sky. So I have no context. I don't know what this is. Okay, here. What the fuck? I don't know what this is. What is this about? Lucy in the Sky.
It's a movie inspired by Noah's story. Noah, the astronaut whose claim to fame is that she was charged with attempted murder after she drove across 5 states to confront a romantic rival while supposedly wearing a diaper to minimize stops.
The fuck?
Okay, so that's what it's based on.
Bruh, that is fucking metal.
Right?
Like, I want to murder you so fucking bad, I'm gonna shit my pants the whole way there.
Oh, shit. Now I'm interested. Now I'm intrigued. Like, the title, I would have been like, what the fuck ever. But this...
Yeah, I was like, cool, LSD? What are you talking about? Fucking... What the fuck? Oh, man, that's fucked.
Lucy in the Sky. It will be premiering at this week's Toronto International Film Festival. So that means, wait, what date is this from? So it'll be, yeah. Okay. So this is from like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever.
Man,
That's interesting.
cool. Well, there's a movie that is now apparently on my radar.
So here's from the director, Noah Hawley, caution that inspired by is not the same thing as based on, which a lot of people need to learn that. And this movie's connection to Noah's life is so loose that Hawley considered the diapers expendable. That's
Sure.
But I mean, that would be some really. I mean, you still have to stop for gas, dude. You still gotta stop. So just fucking piss while you're stopping for gas.
Yeah, what are we doing? Come on, people.
That
This is
detail
crazy.
just didn't fit into the story, Hawley told the LA Times. Like hell it didn't, says this person. That detail is the story, they say.
Well, I mean, it really is kind of the point. I mean, it got me to read about the movie, didn't it?
I would watch that movie. Like, how many?
It's hard to argue. I mean,
is she spending more time changing her diaper than it would to actually just be going to the bathroom?
That's what I'm saying. There's just a lot of questions.
Right.
There's just.
Or does she wear like 5 diapers on top of each other, and then when she's done with one, she tosses it and then just pulls the other one right up her ankles from her ankles?
So speaking of diapers and shitting your pants, because I got to get away from this. This is crazy. Apparently, LeBron James attempted to trademark Taco Tuesday, and it's been denied. What the fuck is wrong with people?
People keep trying to trademark everything nowadays. Like,
It's crazy.
Dude from freaking, what was it? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was trying to get his like dance move done. And like,
Oh, Carlton?
yeah, the Carlton. Okay. I'm like,
Okay, hard to argue that, though.
I want to know though, did he create that, or was he told to do it like this?
But that doesn't matter. He did it. If
It
somebody,
doesn't-
like...
it does matter if he created it or didn't create it. That would matter.
I don't know about that. I mean, okay, here, let me put it this way. So J.K. Rowling comes up with Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe gets hired, and now he is Harry Potter.
He's the face of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they can't really sell his likeness. They can sell like what he looked like on the book covers, but they can't sell how he looks, can they?
Yeah, because they sign contracts to be like, merchandise me, whatever the fuck you want.
So it would depend on if,
especially when he was a kid, I'm sure he got screwed out of that contract too.
Yeah. So I mean, it might not be the same, but I mean, if somebody comes up with the idea, unless they unless they made that stipulation before he did it.
No, I'm not saying that he didn't create that dance move either.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea. So
yeah, but I was just saying, I was gonna argue on your behalf just in case that was the case, like somebody told him to. But I mean, it'd be hard to take it away from Carlton, who actually did it.
Yeah,
you know what I
the
mean?
Character itself.
Yeah, because it's like, it would be the idea. It's like, if I told you, oh, God, see, that's so weird. See, I think we talked about this a long time ago when they were coming up with the floss kid, doing the floss move, and then they put it into Fortnite. I think we've talked about something like this before. Because I guess if a choreographer taught Michael Jackson how to do the moonwalk, but then he went out and perfected it,
right?
Who would trademark it? It'd probably just be the person who got there first. You know what I mean? Like, who went and signed the papers, not necessarily the person.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things too where Romero got screwed because they did their zombie movie, Dawn of the Dead, the original, or not Dawn of the Dead, the
Night of the
Living Dead. They did the original. If they would have filled out the right papers, but because they didn't know any better at the time, they could have trademarked zombies, like that kind of zombies.
That's so hardcore, man. Could you imagine how fucking cheesed off do you think George Romero is? Like,
I mean, his name is put in almost every zombie movie anyways.
Well, yeah, as like a fucking thank you. He's not getting like fucking residuals for it. Like, if I told you right now, Michael, if I came up to you right now and said, create me a monster with lore and rules and all this history and like all this stuff, like, do you think you could come up with something that solid that is like, I mean, how relevant have zombies been for like, what, 40 years?
Yeah,
probably?
They're not going anywhere. If anything, they're just getting faster. Sometimes.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, no shit. But it's just cool. But people are like remaking fucking Dawn of the Dead, making millions of dollars, and he's making fucking straight to DVD shit like Island of the Dead.
Didn't he do the Dawn of the Dead, the original one, and then they remade it with him as well, I believe.
Well, he did. He probably like produced it or consulted.
I believe it is his.
The
1978's the mall one, yeah. Romero directed and wrote it.
No, I was talking about the remake. Like 2000.
The 2000 something.
Yeah, he didn't have anything to do with that.
I believe he did the 2004 version of it. He is a writer on it. And James Gunn. Apparently James Gunn wrote that with him too. That's pretty dope.
Oh, no shit. And fucking Phil Dunphy's in it.
And Zack Snyder directed that one. I did not know Zack Snyder directed that.
God, I didn't either.
I guess I never really look at horror movies as to like who does what. I just like the horror genre, And zombie films, you never know.
Must be why I didn't really like Dawn of the Dead that much.
And then there was Land of the Dead that they did, which was kind of like a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. That
was the one with John Leguizamo in it, right?
Yeah.
God, that one sucked too. But I watched that like.
And that one was directed and wrote by George Romero, and just him.
Yeah, because then he made like Island of the Dead.
Oh God, I don't know. There's so many of them. The ones I always liked were Return of the Living Dead. The Return of the Living Dead was like the coolest one for me. But anyways, fucking
I dug that big fucking hole. But I'm gonna go back to LeBron James being a jackass for trying to fucking trademark Taco Tuesday. What a dickhead. And also to talk about LeBron James, you think this fucking Space Jam movie's actually getting made? Because I've seen him on fucking Instagram and shit, like tweeting about like being on set for it and shit like that.
I don't
I
know.
really wonder if this Space Jam shit's happening.
I don't know.
I'm curious, man. Do I want to see it? I don't think so. But at the same time, I kind of do. Just because it'll suck.
Yeah. All right, so I don't know. I try not to follow any of that rumor stuff. I follow too many other rumors.
God, I just like to know what's being kicked around.
So he tried to get Taco Tuesday trademarked.
Yeah.
With that said, then here are 10 other crazy things that people tried to get trademarked.
Oh Christ.
Someone tried to trademark SEAL Team 6.
Okay.
Apparently it was Disney.
That makes sense. Fucking pricks.
Disney was trying to. Oh wait, the U.S. Navy submitted an application to trademark Navy SEALs and SEAL Team, forcing Disney to abandon the effort because they were trying to trademark that name. Some dumbass tried to trademark the motorcycle engine sound.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Sure. Why not?
There's too much there to read. Someone tried to trademark the smell of strawberries.
Okay.
Eden
Sure.
Sarl planned to brand the smell for exclusive use in its soaps.
What a genius.
You're Fired by Donald Trump, which I think he did.
Yeah.
Get
I think
that.
he actually.
I believe attempted trademarking the phrase. While he did not invent the phrase, he did popularize it by using it to evict contestants. I believe he did because they used it as like some gimmick though on WWF when he was on
I don't
there.
know. I don't know if he's getting. I don't know if he actually won the trademark on it.
Let's see. Phrase sounded too close to "You're Fired," which had already been trademarked by Franklin. Okay, yeah, so he didn't.
Yeah, because he did it on The Apprentice, and I get that. And
yeah.
Apparently now he's doing it in the Oval Office. But yeah. Oh, I got one. I bet this is on the list.
Okay.
Fucking Paris Hilton with the what was that? That's Hot.
Did she try to get that one?
I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't even be surprised if she pulled that one off. But
someone tried to get SEO trademarked.
Okay.
But everybody uses SEO. That's probably why they're doing it. Someone tried to get React trademarked.
The fucking Feinstein brothers.
Yeah.
Fucking YouTube creator fucks. Yeah, I remember that. That was a huge thing.
Yep.
Because they do, like the children
videos
react
and
and
shit.
old people. Yeah.
Someone tried to trademark purple. I don't know if it's the color or the word purple, but
sure.
They tried to trademark it. Stealth was another one. Fried chicken sandwich. And then
that's got to be Chick-fil-A.
The guy who created Candy Crush tried to get Candy Crush and Saga all trademarked individually.
Yep, that was another big one.
That's fucked up.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a
people,
huge deal.
Grow up. You don't have to trademark every word you say. Slashery trademark.
Trademark. Fucking get me that TM. Put that shit on the side.
Oh man, where did this all come from? We were talking about
LeBron
chick
James
wearing
being
the
a
diaper.
jackass.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Well, okay, so the film festival shit's going on.
Yeah, the film festival's going on, and again, guys, for that movie, it was called Lucy in the Sky. So go check it out if you don't care about diapers.
Apparently, because they're not going to be in there. So
apparently, another thing that is like a biopic that they change a lot of shit in. It's Glow, and I heard you watched that. So
yeah,
what's
I
up?
did. Well, don't why you what's up in me? You're the wrestling,
but
aficionado.
You just watched all 3 seasons like back to back. I watched them like when they came out. So
okay,
for me, the 3rd season just feels the weakest, which I've actually heard from a couple other people that it just didn't wasn't up to par with everything else. But I didn't like a lot of the. I guess I don't. Not that I didn't like what they did. It just felt like it was missing a lot of shit that it needed. And then of course they went off with spoilers for Glow, the TV show, guys.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it on Netflix, it's on Netflix. Go check it out.
Which you should go watch. I would absolutely. If you like pro wrestling, at all or used to.
Even if you like like the first 2 seasons were really good stories.
Well, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like it has this really good cast, this really good storyline plot going on, but you also get the fun of pro wrestling. Like you get a lot of behind the scenes stuff, kind of like see how people create their characters and personas and like the weird like.
Even though this is very, very dramatized.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's.
But I mean, it's based on a wrestling show, so it has to be super dramatized.
It's for entertainment, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, you know about the actual history, so let's start with that and then move into what the show is.
For like the actual history of like the characters and shit, like
for Glow,
because I didn't know,
because it stands for Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling,
right?
And apparently that's a real thing.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
going into the show, I did not know that this was an actual
thing.
Like, wrestling brand.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so now granted I don't know like all the behind the scenes bullshit because I only watched it randomly whenever it was on, TV when I was a little kid or something, if I was at a friend's house or shit like that.
Did you watch the documentary?
I did watch the documentary after I watched the first season because that's when they dropped the documentary.
Okay.
So then I went back and watched the documentary because I was like, let's see how much these, the girls actually act like, that and shit.
Like how close they got.
And it's completely not at all.
Gotcha.
They did, what the fuck is his name? Sam. Sam is a completely made up character. Like complete 100. That's why I'm like I like his character. I like the way he portrays the character itself. But then again, I'm just like, well, this is supposed to be about Glow. Why are we spending half of a season on him and like his daughter and shit like that? That don't exist.
Okay, so pretty much. Okay, so how this show is, and again, if you don't want spoilers, tune out, go watch it. It's good. It's only 3 seasons. Episodes are usually not longer than about 35 minutes.
Yeah,
which
they're
was
about half hour or so, yeah.
Which was pretty refreshing to not have these like fucking hour-long nonsense like running through. They pack a lot of shit into these.
I mean, you can watch
episodes.
3 of them in an hour almost.
Yeah, and I think they're only like 10. And they're only like 10 episodes a season, so it's actually not that long of a grind, which is actually...
You can watch all 3 in the day.
Yeah, which was, again, pretty nice. Like, I appreciated that. And especially because it's really tightly written. Like, a lot of shit goes on in a really short amount of time, and it doesn't drag on, which is nice.
I'm sorry. You can watch all 3 in the day if you have a day off, I should say.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There's a lot of people I know where they're like, well, we ain't fucking sitting around watching TV all day, right? Asshole.
Right? But I really enjoy this one because I like ensemble shit when it's done really well. And this show does it really, really well, at least for the first 2 seasons. And I'll get to that because I 100% agree with you that the 3rd season is... It suffers like a lot of other shows. It just felt like it was a different show. Like I was watching something different.
They kind of did the same thing, unfortunately, with the last season of... And it's a lot of these are Netflix, I'm noticing. But the last season of the Santa Clarita Diet. They kind of did the same thing with the last season was like... but it was also like... They got canceled, so that probably explains...
Because I would say this was different from Stranger Things. Like Stranger Things season 3 had a complete tone shift.
Yeah.
This show still felt the same. It was the same tone and stuff, but it took out a lot of elements that made it good, which was the problem, I think.
As soon as they moved to Vegas, I knew there was going to be a lot of changes to it.
Yeah.
Because like the first 2 seasons are in the warehouse. You're
and it's about
pretty much there.
Because it's really cool because you really start off the show with your protagonist played by Allison Brie,
Ruth,
who plays Ruth, and struggling actress trying to make it, blah, blah, blah. I love how they open it with the audition. It's pretty cliche classic, but it works to set up the tone of the show.
I like the grittiness they stay with it too the whole time. Like,
come on, dude, it's underground wrestling. It's gotta have that. Because, like, you can tell... if it's not shot on film, it absolutely feels and looks like it is.
Yeah.
Because it feels really like vintage. I mean, it takes place in the fucking 80s. So it's like another period piece type thing. And, you know, big hair, costumes, cars. It's like their atmosphere is really, really well set. And like Ruth, you find out, is friends with Debbie, who is kind of a has-been soap actress.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, they write her so fucking well, and every goddamn actor in this show is brilliant. Like, every single actor is just nailing it, because I fucking cannot stand Debbie. I can't stand her. The entire show. She is so fucking irritating, and it's like, oh god, she just rubs me the wrong way, which just is so perfect for her, because it's just like she's written really annoying and she's acted so perfectly that just she fucking grinds my nerves, man. And it's just funny because you watch these characters, you get set up with them really quick, and then all of a sudden throughout this like weird like just happening of events, we're thrown into this weird pro wrestling backyard construction of a show. It's kind of neat, and you got all these goofy ass fucking characters that come in, and I don't know, man. This show really got me like right off the bat, because I really liked everybody's like setup. Like all the characters had a really nice setup, and you kind of gave a shit what was going on.
And the cool thing about it is, I mean, one, just from like the perspective of somebody that's watched the stuff before, there's a lot of characters in here, the girl characters. They're playing characters from like real life. Like Carmen, she plays oh shit, what was her stage name? Oh,
Machu Picchu,
yeah. Which is based on a real girl from Glow. I actually think she just recently passed away.
Oh man,
I believe she passed away. I would have to look it up. Which they showed her in the documentary too, actually, and she looked rough. Like she wasn't like having the fun time. But away from that boring, sad stuff.
Yeah. But no, I just like, man, every single time an actor or a character got introduced, like you instantly just bought them. Like Sam Sylvia is probably my favorite character in the show. So I guess he's one of the fake guys, but I should look up the actor's name. I can't think of his name, but he's fucking brilliant. The way they write him is so great. He's like this has-been B-movie like shock movie writer, like horror, sex, craziness, and he's just kind of a narcissistic asshole.
Wait, for who? Which one? I'm sorry.
Sam.
Okay.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
I fucking love him, dude. This actor just nails his tone, and he's just.
Have you ever watched his stand-up? It's like almost the same fucking character.
He's just great. He nailed it, and like his chemistry with Ruth is really, really good, and they just fucking nail it. And Bash is great. I love him. I keep every time I look at him, I'm like, oh shit, Zac Efron's in this, and then it's like, no, it's not Zac Efron, but yeah, he's fucking great. I don't know. The progression of the story is so like, it just feels real. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
All the characters are really neat. It's really well written. I love and I love the wrestling shit, dude. Like, I don't know, like the idea of like them all coming up with their characters and things kind of just like naturally falling into place. Like,
you're right.
I don't know. I love the grittiness and music's awesome. Like the editing and the music is really good. Like very seldom do they have a song cue that doesn't fit. Like they get the atmosphere really, really well. It's pretty damn cool. I'm trying to think of some stuff that really stood out to me for it. Allison Brie's fucking great. Let me tell you, a lot more this feels like an 80s movie, like, or TV show, because like a lot of boobs, a lot of drug use and stuff. They really capture the time stuff really well.
Right.
I was trying to think. Fuck, I lost it. I don't know. It was just cool. Like these, and I guess they're getting a season 4. I hope. That hasn't been confirmed, but they've been talking about it, which I hope so, because they leave on a hell of a cliffhanger.
Right.
But fuck, man, the first 2 seasons are really good, because like the first season's like you're watching Ruth trying to find a job, and then this kind of just works itself out. And then the second season's more like trying to keep it going, which was cool. Like the the finale of the first season's, okay, we finally actually fucking did it. Like, oh my God, just getting it shot was the hard part. And then the second season's like, how do we keep it moving and keep it afloat? Like, does somebody buy it? What do we do with it?
Right.
And, that, because it was like everybody had all the characters had a personal struggle, but then there was also the struggle of getting the show taken care of. And I think that's the problem with season 3.
Yeah.
Was that all the fun stuff of the show got taken out. Like, you're not watching the show.
They started doing more just of like the story plot around the show, because you don't ever see anything, of course, because it's Vegas. One, they don't want you to see the same thing repeated over and over and over and over again, because apparently they just can only write one storyline.
Yeah, I thought that was really strange that they just wanted the same thing every single night. But I guess that's Vegas.
Shows do that, but
yeah,
they also change up their act every like couple months or so, because you're gonna get repeat customers, like clients.
Well, they were only doing 3 months the first time.
Yeah, the
before
first
they
time,
got paid.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I don't know. The third season, it was like every time they're like, okay, we're gonna watch the show, or like we're gonna add something to the wrestling show. They'd like do one match and then we walk away. Right. It's like cut away to more personal stuff, which I like the personal stuff, but then the problem is they started to focus in at that LGBTQ stuff really started to hit the forefront.
I got like why they were doing, because it was the 80s and that's when more of the stuff started rising up, but it was also like they centered on that for a big portion of that season.
Well, and it wasn't even like they already had it, and then they just like tripled down on it. Yeah. And it was like they were really, really subtle about that stuff in the first 2 seasons. It was like, you know, like, because like you thought almost Bash's like, whatchamacallit, his butler. You kind of thought maybe they had something going on, and then that wasn't really a thing. And then, you know, they hint at that stuff, which was good. And they do talk about like the political climates and like, you know, like the Challenger exploding, like they were doing stuff with like real life events and working it into
which
the story
I wonder
pretty well.
if like they, with the Challenger thing, like how they showed it in this thing anyways. I wonder if like something like that actually happened during that time, which
would have been really interesting to find out. And I don't know though, but it was just like they had like Yolanda and I can't remember the chick who played Beirut or whatever.
The chick who played who?
The Indian girl or Middle Eastern, I don't know.
Was it?
I can't remember her name. I remember her wrestling name, but I don't remember her actual name. But they were in a gay relationship, which was like, okay, I'm following this. This makes sense. I like the 2 characters. It was a neat little addition
Mani.
to some
Sunita Mani.
What was it?
Sunita Mani.
Okay. That's probably why I don't remember it. But like that stuff was cool, but then all of a sudden we have the drag queen character,
which I get because it's Vegas.
Yeah,
but then
which
they
was fun.
go into the to the bashing and stuff like that too of it, which I guess it kind of helped the one character. Arthy's character, like come out and be like, okay, I am this, you know, as like a full track.
You're talking about the Bash, Rhonda, and
no.
Which one are you talking about?
Like the when they lit the place on fire, when people lit the place on fire.
Oh, you said bash. I meant
bash,
gay
like
bashing.
gay bashing. Yeah.
Okay, no. So like, yeah, when they like tag and have all the like hate speech and
Yeah.
stuff spray painted on the building and shit like that.
And that was kind of like the push forward for Artie's character to be like, okay, well, this is fucked up. And I got that part, but they like kept putting stuff in there throughout too, which was kind of like, okay. It's one of those things because it's the 80s, so that's when everything was really a lot more vocal-ish from specific groups.
But it was also finally starting to come out of the closet. It was becoming more. It wasn't becoming accepted, but it was becoming more well known. That it was a thing.
It was almost right before the time of like what were those people called, the party kids or the club kids, I think it was.
Sure.
It was right around that time.
Well, my whole thing was I was fine with all the political stuff, like all these, but it was just I think they keep forgetting it was the same problem, but they were just using different characters to do the exact same thing, and it was just getting really soapboxy and fucking annoying. Because you had, it was pretty much all about intolerance and prejudice,
right?
And like. But it's like, okay, so we have the gay stuff, and then we have the stereotypes for the Jew-Asian problem because, of people switching characters and being culturally insensitive to each other with, like, Fortune Cookie and Melrose having their issue.
Yeah.
And then you also had Bash trying to come out and figure out what he was going to do. And it was just like, oh my God, we're like tripling down on all of it. And I just
not only that,
care.
It was kind of like, okay, this is the 80s, not the 2020s. like
exactly.
Or 2009 10s or whatever.
Yeah,
it was like
it's not
all
now.
These things are coming out as like it's happening present time or like 5-10 years ago. But it's like this is the 80s, guys. Like people weren't always so vocal about it.
Yeah, they were hiding it.
Yeah, they were hiding
more.
it because it wasn't okay, and people were getting killed because of that stuff.
Yep.
Still, so it's one of those ones like, okay, I get why they did it, but then it's like, for the times you're doing a period piece, you really need to think about what you're doing for that as well.
Well, it was just more, it was oversaturated. Yeah. They were just adding, it was just beating you over the head with it. It was like, I don't need 3 storylines running about the exact same fucking thing.
Especially when the episodes are only half an hour long.
Yeah.
So
well, and when there's so many fucking characters, there's so many people, and it's like in the 3rd season you lose all of that stuff. Like some of the best parts were when they're all together, when they're all in the warehouse training and talking, and their chemistry is really solid.
I really wish my brother was here to have watched this season because he would have had some words for it because he hates it or he hated it whenever they like oversaturated stuff with like gay culture and all that just to get a rise out of those people. He always hated that.
Well, and they're not trying to get a rise out of anybody.
No, not like a rise, but like an audience, a viewing, viewership.
And
that's
it's like,
what I mean.
It's like, I get it if they wanted to tell the story, and I'm sure they thought they were being clever and like artistic or whatever, but it was just like you were so in the I was like, I get it. I fucking get it. Can we talk more about the characters again? And then the 3rd season, they just took all that shit out. Like the only time you really see all the girls together doing shit was when they went on the hike.
Right.
And then after that, they separated everybody.
Yeah, they were together for like 10 seconds.
It was so fucking boring. And it sucked because the final season, or the final episode of the 2nd season, which I think is the right one I'm talking about, was the episode where they all changed their characters because Welfare Queen's back was all fucked up.
Final episode of the last season. The 3rd season.
The 2nd season.
3rd season.
The second. The 3rd one's the fucking Christmas Carol. The second season final episode was when everybody changed their characters. They all switched characters. Mm-hmm. Like Debbie got to be Zoya and Ruth was Liberty Bell, and
that was the last season.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Season,
I just watched it.
I finished it yesterday.
I just watched it. They did that in this past season in Vegas.
Do it again. Go watch it right now, and I'll laugh at you. The 3rd season, the final season, as of right now, episode 10 is the Glow Christmas.
Yes, But there was the episode like right before that where they did that for her.
No.
Motherfucker.
You're wrong, because I believe the hiking episode was the first episode of season 3, if I remember correctly. So, no, I really like that episode because like fucking Debbie looks awesome as Zoya, and Ruth as Liberty Bell is funny because they're in the ring, and like Debbie's like, you know, fucking like 5'8" or something, and Ruth's like 5'4" looking. So it really reminded me of Rocky 4 with Dolph Lundgren and Rocky. I was like, oh man, I don't know if they did that on purpose, but it worked really, really well. And I love the idea that it was this like natural fix to a production problem. Because in real life, you would have to do something like that if one of your people's really fucked up.
Right. And
like, it seemed really clever, and it like really brought some new life to the show that was already like the actual wrestling show in the show was getting kind of stale, and the show itself was starting to feel kind of stale. And like, I don't know, they just ended season 2 really, really well. And then the hiking trip was pretty good to start up the next season. And then it was just like, oh, now it's just all soapboxy, fucking annoying stuff. But welcome addition to the show was Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Coming in, because I loved her. I had a huge crush on her. League of Their Own is like one of my favorite movies ever. So Gina Davis is fucking bae. So to see her in that fucking like Rockettes outfit with pasties on, had that happened like a couple decades ago, I would have been really happy, and I'm still pretty happy. So my little pervy moment, I was like, this is awesome. But I don't know, man. The show was really, really good for 2 seasons, and it really got to a point, I would probably say in episode 3 of the 3rd season, I could tell I was kind of just rolling through it just because of loyalty to the show at that point. So I hope season 4 is a lot better, just because, I don't know, if you really like ensemble cast stuff with, like, it's just solid editing and
Season
stuff.
3, episode 5 is when they do that. See, fucker, I told you I just watched that season.
Wasn't the last episode, though.
But you're like, it's the last episode of season 2.
Well, I'm sorry. It was hard because...
It's in Vegas. Sorry, guys.
Well, I knew it was in Vegas.
They were in Vegas in season 2.
I thought that was how it started. I thought that's how they took over. No. Oh. Because I thought...
I literally pulled it up on Netflix so I could prove your ass
wrong.
I'm
looking at it now, too. No,
it was Freaky Tuesday is the name of the episode.
Oh, okay. No, because I was thinking the whole point was when they got the offer to extend the contract from 3 months to a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
it was right before they did the camping trip, which was when they had to tell her, "Hey, you're not gonna be able to do that."
No, that part I remember.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry for my silence. I had my fucking washer going crazy loud for a minute.
Your face is crazy loud.
But no, I did find Emily Dole, who played Mount Fiji, who's the character that Carmen is based on. She did pass away January 2nd of 2018. So she passed away probably right after they shot the documentary. And she was the Samoan, and like the big bad in the company, I guess. Well, not the big bad, but one of the bigger staples of the company back then.
Okay. So season 2, episode 10 was when they did the finale. Yeah. God, that was fucking crazy. When
it's funny if you go on Google and just hit in Glow cast or whatever, the original cast, real cast. Like to see the costumes and shit they wore, they're fucking fantastic. And it just straight up reminds you of like how great that era was.
Man, I'm sitting here like it's so weird because of the format with the shorter episodes.
Yeah.
God, these episodes bleed together. I think that's what I was doing. Like I was putting 2 episodes together in my head.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're like some of them are literally 20 minutes, like 25 minutes or something like that. A couple of them.
It's fucking crazy.
But this show is great. I like it. The last season was kind of for me. You pointed out that they don't really do a lot of wrestling, and I didn't realize. I didn't really think of it until after, and I was like, well, maybe that's one of the reasons that swayed me too. It's because I didn't really see what the show's supposed to be about, I actually like seeing like the development of the match and like them doing, not necessarily them performing the match all the way through, because I've seen wrestling matches. I don't need to see them all the time. But
that was the weakest episode that was one of the weakest episodes for me. I think it might have been season 1.
It was probably season 1 when they first did the first recording, correct?
Yeah,
when they did a full match, full thing.
And they did the full episode as if it was like a live tape show, if we were watching Monday Night Raw. And it's just like, it was hard because they actually probably mimicked what it probably looked like with the editing and the style and stuff. But it looks like shit because of it. It was like, you guys nailed the authenticity so much that it was fucking boring to me. Like, I hate how bad it looked. And it was just like, oh man, that was the whole episode?
Right.
Oh, that hurt.
Well, that's another thing too, is really good that if one of these episodes does suck for you, they're only 30 minutes. So it's like, you didn't waste an hour on a sucky episode. Like my Segu, Jessica Jones. Fucking
shit.
I'm not done with it. I just recently, I think I'm on like episode 7 or something, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I want you to watch it.
Of the first season, or
of the last season, season 3.
Okay.
But we got 4 episodes in, and after the end of the 4th episode, I looked at Nick and I was like, dude, this show's called Jessica Jones. She's been in it for 40 minutes through 4 episodes. And these episodes are hour long. What the fuck? So, great. Thankfully, they've actually had her in more now after I said that. And maybe, they filtered in some extra footage when I said that. I don't fucking know.
I mean, with those, I'd argue with all those Marvel Netflix shows, they just so much fucking padding, dude. Yeah. It's so boring.
Speaking of padding, they had a whole fucking episode about fucking Patsy. And I was like, what the fuck?
Who fucking cares?
Like, they do the first episode, and you're like, oh, cool. It ends on a sweet cliffhanger and everything. And then the second episode has nothing to do with it, and it's all Patsy. And I was just like, the fuck is this? Like, come on. But they do get into some cool stuff now that I'm like, ooh, this is my type of thing. So it took about 5 episodes for me to be like, okay, I'm down. Let's go.
It's difficult because I really only watched it because I like David Tennant, the first season when he was playing Kilgrave.
Oh yeah.
And it was
fucking
just
fantastic. He was in the second season, as in her brain and shit.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Like
this one, they haven't shown him yet, but I'm wondering with the way that they're going, if they will have him do another, flashback or he's inside of her head again type thing because of the stuff they're doing. I highly doubt it though. I highly doubt it.
I'd hope not. Let his legacy go. Yeah. He did good. He did so good.
Yeah. But the villain
was just too boring.
Villainish thing that they have right now is really good. As soon as they basically started introing the person, I was like, I know exactly what they're gonna do. And then Nikki looked at me like I was fucking retarded.
Fair enough. I mean,
are you gonna watch it or no?
Probably not.
Okay.
Like I said, season 1 of Jessica Jones is good.
Yeah.
Long and boring, but it's good.
Yeah.
For the most part. Season 2 really couldn't give a fuck. Really didn't.
Season 2 went a little off the rails once they brought her mom in, and I was kind of like,
See, and I don't remember any of that shit.
Yeah. Which
I
they
just remember Luke
utilize it
Cage
for the
kinda
first like 5 episodes in this season, as to like, Patsy, you fucking killed my mom, blah blah blah.
See, and I don't like
I'm sorry.
and Daredevil was like technically really good, but like I was fucking boring.
Yeah.
And I hated his character, Daredevil's character.
Yeah.
He was probably the worst character in the show.
I'm sorry for people that don't pay attention to the show, but Patsy is Trish Walker, just in case you're wondering.
Isn't she like a superhero in the comics? Like
Now she's got her
Cat?
superpowers. Like they showed that at the very last episode of the last season 2.
It's like she's like Hellcat or something.
Yeah, she's basically fucking Catwoman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Basically. I mean, besides the 9 lives bullshit.
See, I liked Luke Cage, the actor and the character, but I fucking hated his story. It was boring as shit.
I hated how they ended it though. Because they ended on a very like, what the fuck? And then you're canceling the show, and then it's like, and they did the same thing with I think Daredevil ended like that too, where it was just like, what? And we're getting no more. And the Punisher, they that's the nice thing about Punishers, they close up his story arcs all the time.
Every season.
And then like the last clip you see of the Punisher in season 2 was fucking phenomenal, and you're like, movie time, please.
I love the Punisher. I love both of those.
Yeah.
I love both those seasons. I thought they were so well done. John Bernthal was fucking he's born to play that character, dude.
Yeah.
He's so awesome.
Freaking, and I say it again, for Netflix, the best part of Iron Fist was the last 4 minutes of the last episode.
I want a Luke Cage Iron Fist show. Give me that. Give me those two guys together. I'm even fine with the dude who played Danny Rand. Just fix him up a little bit.
Why did people not like him so much? Like, I didn't like the way that the character was portrayed, but I don't blame that necessarily on the actor as much as the fucking writing too.
Well, and he also couldn't fight for shit. Like
they didn't do his writing, his fight scenes like they did with Daredevil. Like Daredevil, they'd spend weeks on their fight scenes with him. They would like be like off the cuff. We're gonna do this real quick, and you do this now. Well,
it was because they edited his fights more.
They also rushed them too.
Yeah. Well, because they were doing longer cuts for Daredevil, and they thought that was really cool. I get that they enjoyed that, but man, that show struggled a lot because of shit like that. I even did like a live video one day just because I was bored. He was like, I think it was season 3.
Yeah.
Where he's fighting in like a hospital room hallway thing. He's fighting like 4 thugs and he's getting his ass kicked in. Like, it was just so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, he never felt like a superhero. He just felt like some asshole who could hear and smell good.
Well, I think you might get a kick out of this season of Jessica Jones. Let me finish it up and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because the villain, I'm just gonna say what the villain is. I actually don't know if he's like a real comic book villain for her or not. But he's basically fucking Dexter, but evil.
Oh, that's cool.
So
see, you can almost sell me on a point like that.
Like when they show him, she's in his apartment and like she's looking around at everything, and you see like all these like high school like wrestling trophies, but then he has like 20 degrees and like college degrees, masters and all that stuff. And he's got like all these books that are like actual like real books, not like, you know, my dumb books.
Like real books. Fuck you. That's all. You know the fucking the nerd books, the nerdy books that you college
like,
people read.
He has like a law degree and all this other shit like that. And I'm just like looking around at his apartment when she's going through. I'm like, he's a fucking serial killer. I was like, there's no way around it.
He fucking reads. You know he's got people.
And then it took Nikki about, you know, till the end of the episode when they like flat out put it in your face and she says it to be like, oh, he's a serial killer. I was like, yeah, like the fucker has an ant farm in his house. He's like 40 years old. He's a fucking serial killer.
Well, okay. Well, sorry to everyone that has an ant farm.
Or was it a worm farm? I think it was a worm farm.
Wow, fucking just generalizing people all over the place.
And smart and having 20 degrees and all your trophies and
man. Yeah, don't be smart and motivated, people. Otherwise, you're
do
obviously
it.
a serial
You
killer.
are totally a serial killer, especially if you're a white male.
Oh, man. Oh, man, feels bad. Fuck. Yeah, no, let me know, because, really, Punisher was the only one that grabbed me. Fucking Defenders was boring as fuck. Like, that was fucking
I don't
dumb.
remember it at all. I was actually thinking of going back and rewatching Defenders just to
Why not?
see.
It's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It sucks. But yeah, 13 episodes at about an hour a piece. Yeah, I'm not draining 13 hours of watch time on a show.
Right.
And it sucks
There's
because
those
I really like
episodes
Kristen
though
Ritter.
too, where it's like if you know someone that's watched it, just be like, hey, which ones can I skip? Have nothing to do with the fucking story.
Yeah, because goddamn, do they always have that episode that you're just like, boy, I could have skipped that. Like, and it sucks because I really do like Kristen Ritter, like a lot. Like, I really loved her in Breaking Bad. And did you ever watch the fucking sitcom she was on? Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment
23.
Yeah, that's it.
I did not watch it. It looked so stupid.
Dude, it's fucking hysterical. It's really funny because James Vanderbeek is in it as James Vanderbeek.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hysterical. I think you'd like it, dude. It's super meta and it's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
I think it's only like 2 seasons too. If you get bored, I would absolutely recommend it because it's really funny. Yeah, that was goddamn. That's fucking hysterical. Okay, so you're rolling through Jessica Jones.
Yeah, so I got through Jessica. Well, we're going through Jessica Jones, and other than that, at the moment, like we are probably going to check out. Well, we got Shield still to do after Jones,
Okay.
and we'll get into that, and then
Damn you! Finish Agents.
after our so far since I've started Jones, I also watched another movie, which will lead me into or another show, which can lead us into our next segment. Because I watched Scream, the TV show from MTV. I watched their final season. So,
What number season is that?
season, well, not their final season, I guess. Their newest season on Netflix, I should say.
Gotcha.
Season 3 of Scream, the TV show, and boy, do I have some things to say about that.
Oh shit! So wait, if we're talking about a scary movie, does that mean? Oh no!
5 minutes of slashery.
Yeah, so I watched Scream season 3, the TV series. So I watched the first 2 seasons. This is the one from MTV. The first 2 seasons had jack squat to do, of course, with the movies. They even designed the mask completely differently. And then I was actually starting to dig a couple of the cast members from the first 2 seasons. And actually, one of the chicks, she played in Arrow, who was like one of the main characters in the first 2 seasons of Scream. She played, I'm gonna fucking get her name right.
Like a gentleman always does.
Was it Bex Taylor Klaus?
Gesundheit?
But she was in Arrow as Sin. She played Sin in Arrow. Do you remember Sin?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was Sarah Lance's little lackey chick for a while.
Yeah. So I was actually starting to dig her character in the show because she played kind of like the smart-ass know-it-all of like the horror shit. You know how they had.
Yeah, pretty much the
original
same
one.
character she plays in everything she's always in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first 2 seasons were kind of like you had to get used to this style change up because they were using a mask but still calling it Scream, and it was a slasher, another slasher horror or slasher meta horror type thing. Again, like Wes Craven originally intended it for. But then you get fucking season 3.
Uh-oh.
They open season 3 with the fucking opening scene from the first Scream movie, basically. Chick in her kitchen, cutting up some stuff, doing shit at the stove. Phone rings. It's just a normal person talking. And then they go, "Oh, do you like scary movies?" Type bullshit.
So just
reshot the whole fucking thing. And then, like, you know, you see a body run across the back and stuff. And then there's somebody at her door trick-or-treating and all that bull crap. And so she goes to answer the door. It's a kid. And what? Ghost face mask. Oh no. Well, it turns out it's just a fucking trick-or-treater because apparently that costume is everywhere and everybody has it. But he takes this fucking knife and stabs the bitch. But it's a retractable knife, so it's just like fucked with her.
That's when I'd kick the kid in the face.
So the whole opening was like a recreation of the original opening, but with like, yeah, no, fuck you, we're just messing with you.
With a big joke at the end.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like pretty much what every movie remake at this point is every day. It's just
tossing
literally just recycling the shots and stealing dialogue, and then it's a joke.
Yep. It's one of those ones, man.
So based on the way you sound, like it seems like that just kind of kept pace the rest of the season.
Kind of, yeah. So then they get into the actual show. Like, that chick never dies. I don't even think we ever see her again or anything. Awesome. So yeah, it was just to basically set up. Oh, it's to set up the mask because it's like a show. They show the kid run off, and then something happens. And then you blast forward like 10 years or 8 years or some shit like that from that point in time. And then it turns out that, spoilers for the whole season 3 of Scream, guys. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But it turns out that like that mask is being used now by people. Turns out, so the main character is RJ Cyler, who played the Blue Ranger in that Power Rangers movie that nobody liked. He did not know how to act in this show. I don't think he was ready for a slasher show or something, like, because compared to everyone else, he was the weakest link of it. And I hate to say that, but yeah. Turns out the kid had a twin brother.
Of course he did.
That he thought was dead. But then they go through and speculate, is he dead or not? Maybe he's the one doing this because he's wearing the same fucking mask my brother wore when he died. And this and that and that and this and yeah. So I'm gonna fucking really spoil this because I know you're never gonna watch it.
No, I'm good.
So then it turns out that by the end of it, after everybody's dying and stuff, like his other brother, his half brother, realized that him and his twin brother switched places. So the brother he was pretending to be was the one that actually died, and the one that actually died is the one that he pretended to be, because the one he pretended to be was like a football player, kind of everybody respected him more and shit like that. So he basically took his twin brother's life when his twin brother died. And then there was like, oh, well, it's got to be my twin brother. He's the only one. Well, it wasn't your twin brother. It was his stepbrother and then another chick. The chick actually from The Punisher season 2.
Hey.
Yeah. Which she played a goth chick in this. It was so hot. And I can say that she's over 18.
The saving just had to add that, didn't you?
But
I wasn't gonna question you on it, Michael.
It was interesting. So, and that was totally more than 5 minutes, but it was.
You can cut that down.
It was interesting. I could totally cut that down. It was an interesting season. I like the fact that they brought the actual mask back, since they're calling it Scream, and they actually got the original voice too. The same guy, I believe.
Modulator thingy.
I believe it's the same guy that just did the voice in calls, like back in the day with the Scream show or movies. He never was on set because Wes Craven never wanted the cast to be around him to make it even creepier.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I highly doubt they did that on this one. They probably like, hey, come on set.
Yeah,
don't scare the fuck out of these kids.
You want to shake everybody's hand and give them a hug?
Right.
So we're doing Secret Santa.
So yeah, I'm wondering where they're gonna take it, if they're gonna do season 4 or not, and if they do, are they gonna do it with the same mask or while they're doing it? Because apparently this season was to rebrand the Scream TV show, is what they called it. So
Sounds like a glowing recommendation.
yeah, a very glowing recommendation. If you like slasher shit, it's fun slasher teenage bullshit, but.
I love how you're the guy who likes this stuff, and you're like, well, I guess if you like it.
I mean, I watched it all in one day, but it was like super short. And yeah.
You just look sad. You look sad.
It really made me. I was looking forward to the other cast still.
No.
Because I was like, they left a story line going, and then we're just never going to get it. So I'm just assuming all those fucking kids are dead now.
Good. As it should be.
So, we'll see. Or maybe he moves to somewhere and he becomes the killer in theirs. Dun, 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 dun.
And then he goes back in time and becomes his own twin.
There you go.
Again. What?
He goes back in time, sleeps with his mom, and creates him and his twin brother. And that's when he realized he has to kill himself, but he accidentally killed his twin brother, and now he has to leave one of them.
Sounds like Terminator Dark Fate. What?
Oh. No, I'm actually there is a slasher movie coming out called Black Christmas. I'm looking forward to that. So
Racist.
It's not racist. It's just dark.
I'm dreaming of a black Christmas.
So what else we got for you? You did not see John Wick 3, but I did.
No,
and
but I've heard it's the weakest of the three.
The weakest of the three, and they do a lot of, fan toss-ins here and there. So
fun. And
all the fight scenes were kind of lame. Like, they were aight.
Sure.
But I know, like, in the John Wick movies, because you haven't seen any of them yet, right?
No,
like,
I do plan on at least watching the first one for sure, because everybody fucking loves the first one. So
like, in the fight scenes, though, I'm sure you've seen the fight scenes somewhere, maybe.
A couple of them.
Yeah, like how they
go. The one I saw was the one in the mansion where he's shooting all the dudes up, which I guess is pretty much all the movies. Where somebody replaced all of the gunshots with Michael Jackson going. I was like, this is great.
That's funny. But no, like, his fight scenes are kind of like how they did it in Punisher. It's one long cut basically going through the whole thing, and there's no talking. And like in some the older action movies, there's like stupid words and
like one-liners.
Yeah,
and shit.
Going through, and it was like, because it's the third movie, I was like, this isn't that exciting.
It's like I've just seen it all
I've
before.
seen all of this already. And then they did one fight scene in the movie, maybe two, if you but there's one that I liked a lot. And it was because there was interaction. There was talking. The people that he was fighting was actually talking with them and stuff. It was really cool. Because, well, I don't want to spoil it for you if you're going to watch it. So, no.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really cool. When you watch it, we can talk about it. If you watch it 20 years from now.
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess to talk about like later down the road sequels and essentially rebranding of stuff. I started watching Men in Black International.
How far did you get?
Okay, about 30 seconds in, I wanted to die.
So when they said a word...
Not even. It's when they pretty much hip-hop remixed the score from pretty much the first movie.
Wasn't that... Didn't Will Smith do the... Oh, you mean the score for the...
score.
Okay,
the actual
yeah.
For like the title sequence.
Yeah.
In the first movie where they followed the dragonfly bug thing and then it got squished. Pretty much they tried to do the same thing and it sucked and it was not great. So I was already like, oh great, hip hop modernisms on the awesome score. Okay, cool. Next,
hip hop modernisms.
Yeah. just all the fucking tismy shit. I hate it. Fucking Liam Neeson's and Chris Hemsworth's Thor show up. First fucking characters you see.
Wait,
They show up.
Liam Hemsworth is in the movie?
No, Liam Neeson's.
Hello, Liam. Okay. I heard Liam and Hemsworth. I was like, I didn't know he was in this fucking movie.
And fucking Chris Hemsworth's. They first fucking people you see in the movie. First the fucking show up park. They're in Paris, right at the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, oh, okay, we're right in. And then they fucking just pull out guns. Then there's some fucking stupid couple up top proposing. I want to die. We're already neuralizing people fucking 2 minutes into the movie and turning it into a joke. I fucking hate it. The fucking movie's terrible. And then, yay, after some portal opens and they shoot a bunch of guns, hard cut to 20 years earlier. Why? Just start there.
Oh, so they did like that shit, and then they did the jump to the 20 years earlier to when like her parents got nebulized and neuralized. Sorry. I keep saying nebulized for some fucking reason.
I don't know why.
I think because autocorrect corrected me that one day, and I was just like, no, it's neuro.
Yeah, so that was fucking dumb. And then immediately, like, your first alien you see, it's fucking CGI, cartoon, oversaturated Sony shit. It looks like garbage. It looks like fucking Ghostbusters remake.
Was it the little alien guy, or is it
the little tiny one?
Yeah,
the little blue one. I don't know. It's fucking looks stupid. Not the. I didn't get that far, so I didn't meet Kumail Nanjiani's fucking shitty character with the red hat or whatever the fuck it was wearing. I didn't even get that fucking
the guy
far.
replacing the pug shit.
Sure. Which you saw him already, so who cares? This fucking movie's terrible, dude. It's like, and fucking Christ. And just like all the bad writing in all the movies, we don't get to see that she's smart or capable or anything. We just have the fucking movie tell us that she's awesome.
Right.
She goes to all these different like job interviews, and she's like, oh yeah, I checked the box for the part that, like, you know, the thing I don't deserve, you know, that thing. I checked the box, so give me the job. Like, that's pretty much. Do you remember the first one where the reason why Kay brought fucking Will Smith's character in is because Will Smith like chased down a fucking alien?
Yeah.
And proved that he was awesome? Like, this fucking movie's trash. I got 16 it was 16 minutes 32 seconds into the movie, and I go, I'm fucking done. I had to turn it off. Movie's fucking garbage, and whoever made it should fucking feel ashamed. This movie sucks. It's so fucking terrible. Oh, God. If you think this movie's good, just go fucking stop watching movies. Go somewhere else. Go back to kindergarten and watch fucking stupid, shitty shit. Fucking hate this film. Such a disgrace. It's just, ugh. I hate it. Michael, I hate it.
I'm sorry.
Tell me you've watched something else, because I'm angry. I'm thinking about this movie.
All right, so
only 16 minutes.
With that said,
Can't
I
wait for
did
Men in
not
Black
watch any other. I'm trying to think of any movies I've actually watched. I've watched a lot of TV because I've been sitting down and just like editing shit. Mm-hmm. So I have the TV on right next to me. There you go. We did finish up The Good Place.
Yay! What'd you think?
I liked it. I was very sad. I wanted to cry at the last episode. I was like, fuckers. You can't do that. Yeah. You can't do that to him. Or more like you can't do that to her, but still.
I'm excited. I'm very curious to see where they're going to go with it. Is it just, I don't know. Jason felt really weird on the last like 2 episodes. I don't know why. I think it was like, it felt like the actor was phoning it in a little bit.
Well, he's also like, I would attribute it to like, he's growing as a character, but then like still like has his persona as well.
No, I was just talking like the actual acting of it. Okay. Not even like it just felt off. Like it felt like a reshoot, and they're like, oh, here, say this. It's like, oh, okay.
The dude that they got to play his dad, though, was actually pretty decent.
He was
at like mimicking him. I was like, Damn.
No, it was pretty good. Like I said, it got a little soapboxy, but it was still good. I'm glad that next season's going to be the last season.
Is it going to be the final one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our Red Tea confirmed. Which will be nice because this show could get very Gilligan's Island, and it was kind of the thing I was worried about when I first saw the trailer like years ago for the first season.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a really cool concept, but that shit can. I mean, I get it. You can't swear in heaven, and what are you gonna do? You can only run this joke into the ground so many times. But then they do the big twist, and it's like, oh, okay. But it's like, the problem is just like, how many times can you turn this kind of story on its head? There's only so many twists you can make. So I'm glad they have like a definitive finish line. So I'm curious. I'm really excited. I want to see where it goes. Let's see what else.
Okay. With it coming to a close, what do you think they're gonna do?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, do you think they're gonna meet God?
Do you think they're gonna add in a god? Because they haven't added in a Satan. They've just had demons, and they've shown demons, but not angels.
Exactly. I'm curious if
and they kind of made like the
could you argue that those people that like did the voting or whatever in the good place were angels?
If they were, then they just basically slapped angels in the face because those guys were idiots.
I know, right?
But of course, I mean, you gotta look at it in their perspective too. Is like, well, they don't have any regulation on time. They don't understand how time is. To them, 100 years is like nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could go, because I mean they could get exactly what they were aiming for and like change the system, and then they just show how they go around and manage it. Mm-hmm. They could just destroy existence and just be done with it, and all fades to black like the fucking Sopranos. Or
do they do?
I don't know.
Well, they've already done time travel, actually.
The only thing I could imagine would be, because the only next step is to go bigger, and that would be introducing God and the devil, I would assume. Or make the big twist that there is nobody in charge, which would be weird. I don't know how you could end on that. I guess you can tell the way that they were trying to run this show is that there shouldn't be an all-knowing being that we, look for a definitive right and wrong from, but
right,
it'll be interesting. It's especially with some of the overt soapboxiness kind of starting to bleed to the surface. It is very curious to see what direction they'll go in. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much on it, just because it's been pretty interesting. At least I really liked the first two seasons, so they definitely have a good concept to move forward with. So we'll see. It'll be fun. I
don't know. I think I don't know. It's a tough one to say. But as far as like God and the devil, I'm not sure if they're gonna go that route. I don't think. I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, because I mean, it just feels like the natural thing to do, but at the same time, it feels a little, who cares,
Right.
So whatever they do, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'd be really hard to fuck this show up, like really bad. You know what I mean?
Unless they just reboot it.
I mean, I don't put it past anybody to ever.
Or
do anything like
what
that.
about this? What if what they are doing, they are still in hell?
Oh, the whole time?
The whole fucking time. Like, they couldn't figure out a right way to make the good place work for them as, like, a hell dimension thing. Mm-hmm. So this whole thing is just Michael fucking with them.
That could be fun, I guess. It would kind of suck just because it would... that would just be like a more elaborate reset button.
Yeah.
Where like nothing actually really happened. I like the idea of like, because it's kind of something they explore in Lucifer, with actual Lucifer, is that his interactions with humans does change him in a way, which I don't know. It's interesting for character.
Which just says so much about us humans that we're that, we're able to freaking change the minds of all living beings and shit. That's
we're
so fucking pretentious of us to think that.
Why not? The way they do it is because we're so stupid. It's like they try to play it off like, well, we're really complex. It's like, no, we're so inherently wrong about so many things.
The writers are out there being like, humans are really good creatures. We are the fucking best. Why doesn't everything just like respect us and fuck us and
sniffing farts, just sniffing farts all day? It's like, well, we're so complex and whatever. It's like you can't think. No, it's just because we're all so inherently just bad at towing a line and doing this, and because there's no right answer apparently.
Well,
that we just fuck everything up all the time.
Since we're talking about life and death and death and life, let's talk about The Living Dead with iZombie. I finally watched it all.
Oh, you finished it?
I finished it.
Yay! What'd you think?
I finished it. I can't crack my voice anymore. I liked all of it except for the last fucking 10 minutes. I was like, come on. That's such a cheap cop-out. I hate that shows are doing that nowadays. Spoilers for iZombie.
Here we go.
And possibly Gotham, because they did the same thing with Gotham, and this is why I didn't like the ending of iZombie. It's like they ended it, or for Gotham anyways, they end it, and then like the last episode, they do one whole episode actually of like 10 years later, and then they go on with that, and that's the last fucking episode, so it means absolutely dick anyways.
Okay.
With iZombie, they do almost the exact same damn thing with the 10-year jump. And one, they aged these people. All they did to Ravi was fucking put gray in his hair. He's a zombie who was part zombie anyways. That doesn't mean he's old. It just means he didn't take the fucking cure.
Yeah, it was dumb. That the age makeup thing didn't really work.
None of them looked older. None of them.
I was like, why even bother?
I was just like, why? 10 years? No. I mean, unless they made he might have made a buttload of money. But again, that was part of his thing, is he didn't want to make money from the cure. So who knows?
You're reading too much into that. Next. That was just bad. It was just bad makeup. Let's go. Next.
No, I was really excited when they did the scene. It was the last episode, and a bomber comes in and just boom blows up the police station, basically. Which my first thought was, okay, whoever's doing that. One, I thought was Liv's dad, because I was like, that would have been perfect. Yeah, he got shot, but what if his whole brain was just covered in that thing? That's how I thought he was. I thought his whole brain was covered in metal.
That would have been fucking terrible. He made the decision, like, you saw that Liv changed his person. Why would he go and blow up I mean, I could get the police station, but the morgue?
Because that's where the cure was. That's what my thought was. It's like, the cure is here, so they know that anybody who wants to stop it, because he still didn't want the cure out. He just didn't want
that. Ravi would have had the formula. He could have just made more.
If he had the formula. So do you think
we didn't need to talk about that. It's the last fucking couple episodes.
Come on!
I don't know what you're saying.
No,
So
for
next?
real though. Like, my whole thought process on it right when it happened was, okay, well, the whole cure shit is down there. The only other spot of cure, because he wouldn't carry the flash drive with him. He wouldn't carry the formula with him. If he would have fucking died out that side of there, then what? There's no cure. No fucking person knows.
How do you know that?
Because he stole all the shit from the CDC, had it in the police station where he was making his cure at. Then they blow up the fucking police station. All that information is gone if they just would have fucking put a bullet in his head.
What?
In Ravi's head. They could have just fucking shot his ass.
Yeah, they absolutely could have. They could have done a lot of things.
Why not?
Because
I'm
we've already
making this
seen
more
all
confusing
that.
in my head. Leave me alone.
How? It's the exact same thing that happened the other 2 times when he thought he did it and then Donnie stole it, and it's so you wanted him to do that all again. Then you wanted the fucking cure to be lost again.
I wanted the show to end on some sort of like note other than they faked their fucking death. That's so stupid. Well, one faked their death. The other, we don't know what happened to him. He's on an island with all zombies. You telling me you guys don't know who the fuck is there? Come on.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
They're on Zombie Island.
So
how does no one not know they're there? Did you see how big their house was? Someone had to see them.
they probably do know that the zombie island exists. They just don't know that Liv's not dead.
Their house is almost all fucking windows. Some paparazzi's got a picture somewhere.
Oh my lord.
Oh
my lord. I just think the ending was dumb. I don't know that I didn't read into it that hard. I just thought it was kind of dumb. Like, it was a little, I mean, like, as a fan of the characters, I'm happy that no one died.
Fucking Joss Whedon should have directed the last episode, damn it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Somebody should have died. And I think if anybody needed to die in that show, it should have been Liv or it should have been Major. Or even fucking Peyton. Peyton getting tossed out right towards the end, just getting shot. That could have really fucked some shit
I
up.
knew they weren't going to kill her. I was like, oh, he's just going to fucking scratch her.
Well, I had a feeling nobody was going to die, and they called it. Because the natural death would have been Major, but in my opinion, it would have been pretty shitty to let him die, because he's pretty much him and Liv have been the most fucked over of everybody in that show.
I mean...
Ravi had some rough moments.
Donnie was kind of fucked over all the time.
But he's a fucking murderer.
But is he a murderer? Did he kill like humans? Did he himself kill humans? When?
Probably back in the first.
I don't think so. I
it.
think that if he did anything, the people were already dead or they were zombies.
Either way, he was still killing people. And also, killing zombies is part of the moral problem of the show.
I don't give a fuck. They're zombies.
Oh my God, Michael. What the fuck? What are you saying?
Dude, the whole first season.
It was the whole premise of the last fucking season was that humans and zombies both deserve to live.
It's funny when you watch like Major in the last season and then go back and watch the first season because Micah started watching the whole show. He blasted through the first season super fast. Yeah. And like I was watching some episodes and I'm like, I totally forgot Major was like a fucking psycho zombie killer for the whole first like season.
He was fucking dextering people with the fucking
syringes,
man.
I was like, damn. And then he goes up in Blaine's place and just kills every fucking person in there. Mm-hmm. That's dope. I was like, why didn't we get more of this? Oh, no, yeah,
Major, because I really liked when Major got into the military shit. Like, I don't know. He was cooler. He was better as that character.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like the safest ending. The virtual reality interview thing was pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years from now, like, we're going to have that bullshit.
Well, even if, I'm just saying it was just a dumb concept. It was just stupid.
It would have been nice to see, like, at least Blaine get his, you know. I mean, he falls down the thing. Okay, whoop-de-doo. He's just going to turn into a ravenous zombie. And then when he finally digs his way out.
I kind of, and I just liked it was a bummer because I really do like Donnie. He was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
So I was pretty sad about the whole thing with him and his bride to be. I did like the way that Blaine and Donnie went out, though. I thought that was kind of cool. I wish a little more bad stuff would have happened to Blaine.
Right.
But it felt pretty justified that Donnie would be the one to kind of fuck him over, and then they both end up down there. It was pretty funny. That felt pretty good. I don't know. You obviously wanted Liv and Major to end up together, but it's really funny that pretty much other than the idea that Stephen Amell had to take off with the Monitor in Arrow, they pretty much ended both the shows almost exactly the same, like in a remote fucking retire house out in the middle of nowhere.
And then in the fucking future too.
Yeah, it was kind of lame. It was, like I said, it was really safe. Some people should have died. Like, I don't know.
What's with the time jump thing recently with every show and movie? Fucking Endgame. God damn it.
It's because it's safe.
No,
because it's like,
it's not.
if we jump forward, people can just infer all these things that happened, and it's just like, well, why not just
at least
give me a
when
definitive
Desperate
ending?
Housewives did it years ago, like they did like 3 or 4 extra seasons after the time jump to like you got to see new characters come in. They used it as a way to bring in new characters or age characters like the kids. Not like, just
I
really
didn't
like
watch that
a
show,
time
so-
jump. Nikki watched it, so I was like around
Yeah,
when I
sure.
saw pieces of it.
Sure, whatever you say, buddy. It's all right.
I don't even
Eva
remember
Longoria's
the
hot.
actors in it.
Eva Longoria is
See,
hot. It's fine.
I don't even know who she played.
You know who Eva Longoria is.
Yeah, but I don't
Be
know
like
who
that.
she
Don't be
played.
racist. Yeah, I don't know. I liked iZombie. It was fine.
It was
I did-
it was good. I liked this last season, but the last episode was kind of like you could have done better. And then like there's no like they literally didn't kill anybody that like meant anything except for the French guy.
Yeah, everybody got scot-free. Like
'Cause
everybody got away.
they-
Like it was.
They even say that the one freaking Hitler lady got away, and that she's living somewhere.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It was.
Punish
It's
her
like-
by fucking scratching her ass and make her live as a zombie for a while. I thought they were gonna do that so many times.
No, it was fine. It's gonna be forgettable, but the show is really. I like the show. I thought the show was good.
I don't think
so.
it's gonna be like a forgettable show thing. Like
No, the ending.
the ending.
Yeah.
I don't know if it pissed you off enough. You'd be like,
But that's what it would be remembered for.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it was fucking, it's not like Game of Thrones or like Lost or Dexter where it's like, show's fucking great and then it's fucking piece of shit ending. It's so stupid. But like this one, it's like, ending's fine.
yeah.
It's whatever. The show, it didn't hurt the show at all. Just kind of meh. Kind of a fart in the wind.
It was just
That's all.
like, we need something to go here because we don't want to do all this extra filler episodes and shit like that, which is whatever,
Well, it's just safe. They just wanted a happy ending. And there you go. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Happy ending. Yeah, it's fine. Well, but
So, yeah.
I guess to finish it out, so with the Toronto Film Festival going all the way back to the beginning,
yeah.
reviews are in right now for 2 movies I care about, or at least just to see how they go.
What's that?
Joker getting huge praise right now.
That's been getting praise since it was at the the other one.
So I hope that's good.
Yeah.
And then Knives Out getting a fucking 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Knives Out. Which one was that?
The new Ryan Johnson one with all the fucking people. Daniel Craig, Captain America.
Oh
Jamie
yeah,
Lee
yeah,
Curtis.
yeah.
So I'm going to make the prediction. I'm going to see it at some point. Definitely not in theaters because I hate Ryan Johnson. I'm going to see it Because there is no fucking way this movie is 100%. There's no way it's that good. And with Rotten Tomatoes' track record lately, it having 100% pretty much tells me it's probably shit.
Well, you also have to look at how many is that? What was the name of the movie again? Knives Out?
Knives Out. Yeah.
Knives Out.
So, I'm pretty sure it's going to be shitty, but I'm curious,
there's only 43 people that have said anything about it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, 43 people all saying 100%. Like, come on.
I mean, not everybody that can give a tomato meter is a very, just gonna stop
like I
right
said,
there.
with their track record lately, pretty much I would go polar opposite when it comes to their critics. If it's 100%, then it means the movie's absolute dog shit. If it's like 10%, then okay, well, it's at least probably worth watching.
That and sometimes some things, they limit how many people can even vote on it or rate it or whatever. Like with the Dave Chappelle thing a few weeks back. They limited how many people, like they only gave it to like their top so many critics that could actually do anything for it right away. Oh. And that's why it didn't get anything for a minute. And then once they opened it up, then it started getting the score up. So It's kind of like, okay, guys, you're kind of fucking with your own formula. You just want to be able to give these movies their 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So they can throw your fucking logo on their DVD cover or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's so stupid. Like certified
that
fresh.
Shill money.
You know what? You know what should be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes?
What?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh my god. I could go for a remake of that. Honestly.
Which one?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. The
first one?
The old movie. Yeah, okay. the old goofy ass fucking.
The second one was kind of with George Clooney was kind of like.
No, thank you. No, I'm saying I want fucking dumb, campy, just with better special effects. I just want better special effects. That's all.
Right on.
But yeah, I'm curious. Those two movies are they're on my radar just because I want to see how full of shit Tomatoes is. And then Joker, because I've wanted to see it since I saw the first trailer. So,
okay,
we'll see how that goes. And I think my next,
I'm not even gonna keep watching shit for the Joker because it's like, why?
Yeah, I already want to see it, so I don't want to spoil anything more. And then Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That's gonna be my next one. I want to see some shit just explode. I don't want to think.
Oh, this is Thrillist.
Ooh. Oh shit, not again.
How did I find this again? Okay.
But we'll see. And then what's the next TV show I was looking at?
Okay.
There was, well, anyway.
We will be coming out I think next month actually. Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Will be hitting their tours and doing all their bullshits and stuff like that.
Not even thinking about it until it comes out. I just want to.
Well, it's not going to be in theaters like normal. Nah, they're doing their specific show times, and then maybe if they somehow get enough money, maybe they might do a theater run.
Kevin Smith does shit like that all the time. It's just to get press. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I refuse to believe he won't release that nationwide after like a couple of months of touring it around or something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a limited run, he'll still do it. Too many big names and too many things going on with that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yay! Go watch Glow. See what you think.
Glow.
I need you to finish Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'll maybe think about Jessica Jones. Doubt it, though.
All right. And with that said, don't forget to check out Natalie Portman's diaperless astronaut diaper movie.
Well, I'm gonna leave before I need a diaper. Later, nerds.
Sometimes, in the heat of the moment, it's forgivable to go ass to mouth.
I hate you.
Thanks for tuning in to another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch this episode and more at soundcloud.com/Operation Babble or iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play at Operation Babble or YouTube at Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. Have a great day, guys. Peace.